Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to introduce everybody to what I've been doing here in India, what my main passion is, and that is what is called Shivastamba Yoga. Shivastamba Yoga is better known for the Westerners as pole yoga. So it's basically yoga on a pole. And before you get this in your mind that this is like beer yoga or acro yoga or all these other made up forms of yoga, I want you to drop that right there, because Shivastamba Yoga is the most ancient practice of yoga out there. That's an alternative to the original source of yoga, which is that Hatha Yoga style that we are commonly practicing in the West. Well, Shivastamba Yoga is such a passion of mine because I've never experienced anything like this. I've been an athlete my whole life, and I've done so many different training modalities, and I've never experienced a workout, a physical exercise quite like this. It demands absolutely everything, whether it's flexibility, strength, just deep core strength, endurance, power. It incorporates all these different aspects that are so important when it comes to one, having a healthy yogic body, and two, just feeling alive and having this like sense of rejuvenation with your life. And ever since I started Shivastamba Yoga, all I can say is that this is the future of yoga. If you watch somebody on the pole, right away it kind of takes you back, because you've never seen anything like it. When you see them on the pole, they're squeezing it in certain ways, like your thighs are really active, and so your deep groin muscles are working. When you're pulling yourself up the pole itself, you'll see that it looks like they're using a lot of bicep movement, but in actuality it's a full body activation. You're using your legs, you're using your arms, using your core, and then ultimately when you're on top of the pole, you could be standing in Virabhadrasana, you could be doing other seated postures, all these different asanas that are really challenging you in a whole new dynamic. Because when you're sitting on a mat in a regular yoga class, that's simple, but when you're doing it on top of a 9-foot pole with a really small head on it, that's a whole new level, and it demands really a whole new focus. When I first experienced it, that's what I realized, was that when you're standing on the pole on 1 foot, 9 feet above the air, it demands that you harness into the moment, and you'll just see this fear coming at you, and every moment it's coming, and you have to just drop it constantly, or else you fall. And so that type of awareness, that type of heightened focus is so powerful, especially if you're somebody out there that wants to be an athlete. I'm telling everybody, like, this is the future of off-season training. This is the future sport in my mind. But ultimately, it's not just a sport. Shivastamba is a deep spiritual practice in itself, because we don't perceive the pole as just a pole. It is Sadashiva itself. It is the embodiment of the divine. So before you even hop on the pole, you're actually doing a salute to the pole. You're honoring it. And to be honest, if you don't honor it, it's going to throw you off, because it's so challenging. But it's a deep spiritual practice, because it's awakening the Kundalini Shakti. And really any type of yoga practice, whether it's pranayama, proper breathing through the nose, or breath work, meditation, asanas, all of these different modalities are just trying to do one thing: raise the Kundalini. Because the Kundalini energy is where your life happens. This power, this manifestation comes from Kundalini energy, and it awakens all these different chakras within you. So when you're doing these asanas, when you're performing on the pole, you'll feel this energy flowing through you. And this deep spiritual practice is incredible, because it's all of a sudden you're doing these things that you never thought were possible. You know, when I first came to the pole and I started practicing, like, I would see people and I was just like, there's no way you're going to be able to do this. But through Shaktini Pada, which is called the connection to the master. So this is a practice that you perform with the guru in mind. He's very much involved. Just like any authentic yoga practice, the guru is always involved. But in Shivastamba itself, when you have that Shaktini Pada, that feeling connection with the master, that is what makes it happen. That's when you see somebody that's 200 pounds climb the pole and be able to sit on top and absolutely blow your mind. So if any of this has been intriguing to you, I know a lot of people have started to see some footage, some pictures of mine that I posted on Instagram as well, and Facebook, and it's starting to create a buzz. If you're interested, please continue following the channel, because this is where I'm going to start focusing a lot of my time and a lot of my videos in. And ultimately we're going to be spreading this throughout the world. I'm telling everybody this is going to be an Olympic sport, and here at the Nithyananda Sangha, we're going to be creating the first gold medalist here. So if you want to jump in on the training, if you want to join in on the fun, please follow along and even come here and experience this, because it's going to be an amazing time. It's a rejuvenation of this thousands and thousands of year old practice, and we're definitely looking forward to starting it over here. And the other coin of this practice is what's called Kundalini Raju Yoga, which is mainly for female bodies, but I mean male bodies can go over there as well. But my wife is actually heading that side of the department, where female bodies are jumping on this rope, which is called the Raju in Sanskrit. They're jumping on this rope and they're doing a lot of similar things as to the pole, but in a slightly different manner, because one, it's a pole, but you can hold yourself up in various different asanas as well. You can sit in Padmasana, for instance, and not even be having any hands on the pole, or on the rope rather. And this type of practice as well for female bodies, it's absolutely incredible, because you have to have that huge amount of flexibility. You have to have very strong core strength. And all of this is just incredible, because it's not necessarily something that you need to start with. Just like on the pole, it's something that you could develop just through the practice and through that Shakti Nipada, as I said. But both modalities are ultimately raising this Kundalini, and it's allowing us to become more powerful beings, to basically embody this super consciousness, becoming superhuman beings as we move through this quantum leap in the life that we're living. So I highly recommend, if you're a female body, also checking out Kundalini Raju. You can find that on my wife's channel, actually. I'll post a link down below in the descriptions, but please follow along and enjoy these journeys, and really jump on the bandwagon, because this is the future of yoga, and we're excited to revive these authentic practices and bring them throughout the whole world, and share this with the world. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions on Shiva Stamba or Kundalini Raju, feel free to write down below in the description box. But if not, please like the video, subscribe, share it, and looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you, and as always, be blissful.